why did I just take that shot? All right, y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Marv, the man, the myth, the professor, coming at you with another episode of our market recap and update. So let's see what got us going today. But always, as we first start, we want to always start with the market. We're going to go ahead and recap what's going on in the market today. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. And we can see here's the Dow. It had another, see these days, when we opened up the market, there was some negative news in regards to futures and financials not being as well. But, you know, this candle shows us that even amid the bad news, that it didn't sell off, and we got bottoming tail, which means they're still trying to run this thing back up, okay? So that's the Dow. Let's go ahead and jump over to the SPY, which, as I always tell you, it always looks very similar. But one is more of a doji. If anything, this actually looked like it wanted to sell off more than the Dow. But we just going to have to wait and see and let all of these things play out. But it was an indecisive day. We'll see what tomorrow brings, okay? Now, let's talk about it was basically about 3 stocks that I was looking at pre-market that met my pre-market criteria. What's my pre-market criteria? Some people ask. Okay, no problem. Okay, 1, you have to have more than 500,000 in volume. Sorry, I'm parenting on the go. 500,000 in volume, and I really like $1 million or more, truth be told. Okay. 2, you have to be up a minimum of 20%. If you ain't up 20% or more, I don't care. And then 3, there has to be some type of recognizable news. Okay, some type of catalyst that when I read the articles, okay, that makes sense. Or what the hell is this? I don't know. I'm not trading that, right? So those are the 3 things I'm looking for. High volume, okay, players, people there, percentage gain, and a catalyst. That's all it takes to win you a trade, okay? So let's talk about the first one. We'll go with TVLT first. So I'm going to share my screen, and let's go ahead and look at this one. All right, TVLT. What was its news? It had a reverse split. I'm going to pull this over so you can see it like I saw it this morning, okay? I want you to get it more of a feel. Pre-market, I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, okay, it's reverse split from 10 to 1, something like that. I can't remember the ratio. But the bottom line is, I see it, okay, I say the first place that I would buy this, considering the strongest candle, remember, there's 3 things I'm looking for. Number 1, where did the move take? Where did it start? Okay, the launch point is way down here. Okay, so we ain't getting down here. Number 2, where's the pivot? Okay, well, depending on how you see it, the pivot is right here. Okay, that's the pivot. Number 3, where's the boom? The candle that shows me is the biggest, strongest candle. There's 2 of them. The first one is this one. This is the strongest candle pre-market, okay, in regards to the sheer size of it. The second one is this one. The interesting thing, though, is that they're in reverse, meaning this is the first opportunity for me to buy as the way I see it, and this is the second opportunity, okay? So what happened? Well, we come back, and boom, first candle, I'm already in this trade, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable. Why? Because I really shouldn't have took it from the first place, because I didn't really understand exactly what they were doing with this reverse split. Okay, but basically they took a bunch of shares and condensed them down, which is actually a good thing, because stocks that have smaller float, smaller availability, when there is a high demand, they spike even faster. It's called a low float stock. Okay, so came in, it got a little hairy for a second, and then boom, look what it did. Bye-bye. It ran off. Okay, now let's think about this. 121. Okay, I got in at 121. I need 12 cents for a 10% trade. I didn't take this as a 10% trade. I took it as a 5. In fact, it ran up to like 1. I think it ran 7 or 8 cents on me. I got out in this candle. This candle actually, even though it closed down here at some point, this looked like a candle with a lot of bottoming tail. And I just got out right then and there. And I just cut it, and I just said, as good as this thing might be, I just feel uncomfortable with this reverse split, and so I let it go. As we can see, it's basically hovered. It got up to 150. That's a great run from 121 to 150. But hey, it is what it is on that, okay? The next stock that I'm going to talk about is the one that I did trade. I was very happy with this trade as well, which is UAVS. Again, I'm going to take it back so you can see what I saw pre-market, so you can understand why I made the decisions that I did. Okay, so here we go. Number one, where did the move start? Down here. Okay. Number two, where's the pivot? Right in here between 57 and 53. Number three, okay, where's the boom candle? There's two of them. This one that happens to be the launch at the same time, and this one up here that happens to be at 71 cents. Okay, so this is where I want this. So my first buy attempt is 71 cents. My second buy attempt would have been the pivot. I would have challenged the pivot, and if especially because it was a half number. And then of course, if it got that low, then you got the launch buy. Okay, what happened? No shot. No go. Had an order in at 71. This thing took off. Okay, and it ran. Now I have what a play called a high volume play, meaning once the market opens, I'm always interested in stocks that actually break out of their intraday high, their pre-market high. I'm interested in seeing where that volume came in at. Where did the buyers come in at? According to this candle, the buyers came in here at a low of 98 cents. Okay, in this candle here. So I'm interested in taking this at 98, 99, or $1. I took it at $1 to be exact, to see what it does. I'm willing to buy there because buyers already showed up there. Look what it did. Pulled right into here. Okay, all you need is 110. You need 110, 10 cents, and you had 10% gain. This thing ran to 120. Okay, actually 121, but yes. So it came on down, and we took advantage. That was the good trade. So UAVS was the great trade of the day for me. Okay, it's the one that panned out and made, it really did its thing. Okay, so there was the opportunity. I traded that. That's not my pre-market play. This is a different play. I don't talk about this one much, but really, it's based off of the same principles of my pre-market, which is where are the buyers? I want to know where the buyers were in pre-market. I want to know where the buyers were in regular market. And when the price comes back to that point, I will test it. That's just kind of how I see it. Okay. So we can see this thing end up having a good day. Boom. And it came back into this area, pulled a little deeper than most would have liked, and then bounced all the way to 150. And then I was hoping I have a noon play. At anything after noon, I'll take a breakout. I don't take anything other than breakouts at afternoon. Okay, which I'm on the East Coast. Okay, so West Coast. So noon comes around. Now I'm watching, and I'm like, oh, this thing might break out past 160. So I had an order in for 162. If it would have broke out, I would have loved to have taken this play there, but it just didn't happen. Such is life. Okay, it didn't happen. It ended up pulling back. No, I didn't lose no money. I didn't earn no money. So at the end of the day, it was another good day. Hence the reason why I was taking that shot. Okay, I'm very happy with the fact that I've been really spot on and very focused with my trading as of late. Okay, now there was another play, an honorable mention play that I do want to talk about, which is CH. I'm going to share my screen. CHCI. Okay, this one came on. Sometimes I'll do a scan after the market opens, about 30 minutes in, just to see if there's something else out there bubbling. And this one was bubbling. So look, it came in, and it boom, it shot from 3 all the way up to 6. So basically it doubled, okay, in the day, and then came back and gave everything back. But on its way back, there was opportunities. Okay, now if you wanted to just go off a high volume play, here it is right here. Okay, this is where the buyer showed up the first time at what is that, 415. Look at this. Candle came in, pulled in a little deeper, down to 405, but boom, it bounced to 480. Okay, if you got in at 415, you need 40 cents. Okay, 40 cents for a 10% trade, which would have been 415. We'll just add 55. Okay, boom, just like that. And that thing went to 80. Okay, and then it just sold off. Now the second place for me to get this was here. I put an order in at 310. You're seeing this not as it was. Okay, this thing came in around this time, and it pulled right here, 317. This candle, although it says the low is 310, it wasn't 310, it was 311, and they like changed it later because I had an order in at 310 and I didn't get filled, so I canceled the order. Look what happens. I would have got filled on the next candle, but I might have felt uncomfortable because it did pull back deeper, but it pulled back and then it ripped to 370. That's 20% in 15 minutes. So it is what it is. Life goes on, man. I'm never mad at this stuff. I'm just thankful for the opportunity. So, again, even though some people may say, hey, man, it was a bad day in the market. Some people may say, hey, man, this is the overall market is bad. Um, the bottom line is there are plays there. And the plays you should be looking for are the ones that show big percent gains and volume. If they have a big percent gain, it creates volatility. If they have volume, it creates even more volatility. You want to be where the party is at. I always tell people, like, imagine if you wanted to go to the party of the year and you heard that this one party was going to have 1 million people there. Now, some of you don't like a lot of people, but just follow me. 1 million people there, okay? Or the party with only 10 people. Well, which one you think going to have better odds of finding something that you like in there? The one with 1 million people, right? Unless the 10 people is like Halle Berry, Selma Hayek, Beyonce. I'm talking about 10 of the finest women in the world. I'd go to that party if that was the case. But the point is this. Odds are you're going to find what you're looking for at the party with 1 million people, right? Which is why I like high volume, big percent gainers, because it creates all kind of liquidity and volatility and short squeezes. I love all of that because if you understand where the buyer showed up and you're willing to test those areas, you might get what you're looking for. Okay? Good, bad, or ugly. All right. Anyhow, man. Hey, if you like my content, please subscribe, man. We won't take another shot unless if I sweep the week, I'll take another shot. But I don't be drinking like that no more. But that whiskey, boy, got a little on it. Okay, like, subscribe, man. Let people know. Share my content. I'm here trying to grow the channel organically. We doing this the right way. But we just showing people that there's opportunities, always opportunity if you know what you're looking for and it meets your criteria. Okay. I'll see y'all mañana. That's tomorrow if you don't speak Spanish.